All right, that was Superfly Jimmy Snuka 6 months after he killed his mistress, according to investigators. 3 decades later, that high-flying icon of professional wrestling has been charged with murder. Arrested today in New Jersey, accused of killing his Brooklyn girlfriend in a motel room in 1983. It has certainly been a long road to justice for that woman's family. Well, tonight they say they finally have it. Pix 11's Marvin Scott is live in the newsroom right now. So, Marvin, you talked to the victim's sister, right?
The sister and the family has been pursuing this for many, many years, over 3 decades, and there was a sigh of relief tonight. From the very outset, Jimmy Superfly Snuka was considered a person of interest, and somehow the investigation had fell through the cracks. He was never dubbed a suspect and never charged, and now, more than 3 decades after those whispers, a grand jury has sounded off with an indictment of murder.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka going all the way to the top rope.
A longtime wrestling legend who earned a place in the WWE Hall of Fame, Jimmy Superfly Snuka escaped charges, even though he initially admitted shoving Nancy Argentino, causing her to fall and hit her head, a story he later changed. It was May of 1983 when the 23-year-old Brooklyn woman was found gasping for air in her Allentown motel room. She died a day later. An autopsy determined she died of a traumatic brain injury and suffered more than 24 cuts and bruises. Injuries, authorities said, were consistent with maid abuse. Superfly continued thrilling fans as the investigation went cold until 2 years ago when a local newspaper, The Morning Call, uncovered a never-before-seen autopsy report that labeled Nancy's death a homicide. A grand jury was impaneled, leading to the Superfly's arrest.
Charges of third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter have been filed today against former professional wrestler James Snuka. Mr. Snuka has been arraigned. Bail has been set at $100,000.
The victim's family never gave up hope that someday they would have justice.
I was in total shock. I just couldn't believe it. It was so many years we were waiting for some kind of justice, and we could never, every time we pursued it, it never happened. I was just in amazement and total shock.
In 1985, the family won a $500,000 wrongful death case against Snuka, but he never paid because he claimed he was broke. The family's pursuit of justice led to nothing but frustration.
After we pursued it for a while and all the doors were slammed in our faces, we just couldn't go on with it anymore. We had to stop.
In his 2012 autobiography, Snuka maintained his innocence, but the book gave the family a new path to pursue.
We read the book from cover to cover, and it gave us a lot of insight into the case and things that we didn't know, things that were shocking and alarming to us. He kind of did himself in. He said in his book that he had a guilty conscience, and he has to live with that.
Lorraine and another sister are planning to be in court when Snuka's case goes to trial. And after so many years, they hope to finally have justice.
Don't give up, as eventually something good will happen from it, and you can get justice. You just have to pursue it.
And the family certainly did pursue it. Snuka was arrested at his home in southern New Jersey. He now faces trial for a cold murder case that suddenly heated up. He's now 72, and he has more than a trial to contend with. Just last